Hey guys, so we're just going to cover how to start a blog post or edit blog post on your site. So again, if you go over on the left-hand menu, you will see post. If you hover over it, you can click all post. Even you can click add new. Or you can go to your shortcut over here and click see blog posts. Once you get here, you will see that you have all your blog posts. And in order to edit one, you would simply click on it and go into the blog post. This will then open up, and here is where you can change your title, you can change the information on this blog post. I will show you how to create a new blog post from scratch, but this is just to edit one. So if you go here, once you've made the changes, you need to be sure to click update. Once you go here to post, you can then see, okay, the visibility is public, it was published on this date, etc., etc. Your permalink is after your URL. Okay, so it will be whatever your URL is / blah, blah, blah. So if you want to change that to something shorter, you can definitely go through here, click back, and add in the URL slug that you want it to be. So this, you need to add a dash, is it. Okay. Then over here, you can choose which category you want it to go to, and you can simply add a new category from here. Tags, if you're using tags, you would enter in your tags over here. Featured image, so the image that would show up then when someone is on your blog page of your website, this is where you would replace that image or add a new one. Okay, this is also optional, depending on if it is showing on your blog or not, your blog page. Okay, so I think that's roughly a brief look at that. So if we go back, okay, I made changes and I don't want to keep them, but in that case, you would have made sure that you update your page first. If you want to create a new blog post, you will click add new up here. And you can pretend that you are on a Word document. So I'm going to say this is a new blog post. So this will be your title. And here you can add in anything you want. So if you want an image, you can then add an image and select an image from your media library. If you want to upload, you'll click upload and select a file from your computer. For this instance, I'm just going to choose a random picture. And from here, you can resize it and blah, blah, blah. If you want to add something else, simply click browse all. And here you can see a number of things that you can add. You can add a gallery of images, you can add a file, you can add buttons, etc., etc. You can play around and make it look the way you want to look. If you are experienced in this, you can use Elementor. So Elementor is just, some people prefer it to do the design part. I wouldn't play with this if you are not comfortable. But if you are comfortable, you can click edit with Elementor, and basically it would be a different style of the editing. Okay, so make sure that you have got your correct permalink, it's going to the correct category, you've added your tags if you want to tag, you've added your featured image, etc., etc. If you're stuck on anything, please just let us know, but it is pretty straightforward. When you've done it, you would click publish. Okay, it will then prompt you again. Just simply follow the prompts in every instance and you will click publish. Once it is published, you can then preview it on your site to make sure that you are absolutely hundreds with everything. Also, what's important is that you've followed your rank math information, you've added all your rank math details, and you followed those prompts for your SEO aspect if that is something that is important to you. Okay, and then you can click preview a new tab, generating the preview, and then it will show you what it looks like. Another way you can do this is to simply enter the new tab, go to your website, and obviously click your blog page and see if it is showing there. Okay, we did not add a featured image, so that's why your featured image is very, very important. And if you are using this template, then it would be nice and important for you to add a square featured image just so that everything looks 100%. You can even then click read more and look what it looks like. Okay, very, very basic, but you can play around and make it look any way you want it to look. If you're wanting to then delete a blog post, you would then click your WordPress icon and you'll hover over this. You can either click the button and say move to trash if you're doing multiple, or you can just click trash. What's also important here is to not create too much bulk on your website of stuff you don't need. Make sure you are checking your trash and deleting it permanently from there if it is not something that you would like on your website. If you would like to create a post but you don't want to publish it just yet, you can then create it and change it to draft. Okay. What I will actually show you here is rather to do it on an already made blog post. So you would click quick edit and change the status to draft. So when you're creating one, you'll see that on the right hand menu you'll be able to choose draft instead of published. Okay, so what that will do is it will not show anyone on your website and it will only be in the back end of your site. Now you'll see that you might get a prompt here if you delete a blog post. So these are also very important, especially if it's a blog post that has been up for a long time. You then direct it to a new URL. So say you've created a new updated blog post and you want to delete the old one. And if you've deleted it, then you can redirect it to the new URL blog post. These redirects are also very important for SEO especially. Now, once you've created a blog post, it's also very important to share that blog post so more and more people see it. So when you've gone to the blog post that you've created, click on the individual blog post and you will be able to copy this entire URL. Now, this is where your slug would be. So keep it quite short. You can actually even Google what are the best URLs to use for blog posts. Do a lot of research here where it comes to SEO, because obviously this can rank you higher up on Google, and the more people you can get to view your site. There are lots of SEO courses available which will cover this. So you can then copy this URL and then share it on your social media platforms. If you get stuck and you need any more help with regards to blog posts, please get in touch.